What it is. Welcome back to another episode of the Big T Debate. I go with the name of Danny Pacheco. And of course, if you don't know by now, I eat. But you must know because I'm with my bro, Tebza Zaka. He's our new resident co-host. I say resident because so that's going to be the story till we find a new home. But, so far I'm actually liking being here most of the time.
It's always going to be like that, bro.
It's always going to be like that for sure. How you been, bro?
I'm doing good, and you?
I've been good.
Great stuff, bro.
And how's the music been treating you?
The music, I've been kind of slow because I haven't listened to a lot of different artists or different genres. But this week, I've been on literally on R&B.
R&B. Yeah. So in terms of R&B, who is it that you're feeling?
I remember last week we spoke about, is it Marcus... what's his name?
Marcus Harvey.
Yeah. So I just had to listen to him. Nigga is dope. And there's another artist called Tonerel.
You always come up with these random new name artists that I don't even know.
Good artists, bro. These are underground people which are trying to build a name. So my man, I'm trying to put all ears on them.
Yeah, because I feel bad most of the time when I suggest music for you to listen to.
Yeah.
And then you end up listening to the music, and then when you suggest the people that I should be listening to, I always forget. So it's now I feel bad. So now I'm gonna make it a habit, give myself an assignment.
Yeah.
But what I mentioned now, I should actually now start jotting it down.
Yeah, I understand.
And writing down. Okay, cool. Tebza suggested this artist to me.
Yeah.
You see that other name that you mentioned, sits in Elevates. What do you say? Tonerel?
Yeah. She's an R&B artist. She's been there. I don't know which year, but I've been listening to her since last year. She's been dope, my man. She's been dope.
Yeah, because you are telling me about her, she's an R&B artist, but you're not confirming whether if I was pronouncing her name right. Because I'm just saying Tonerel, Waterel. I don't know what's her name. What's her name?
I didn't literally Google the pronunciation, but it's Tonerel with an E that has a hyphen on it.
Tonerel.
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna get into it.
You should.
Yeah. Obviously, I already asked you about what you've been listening to. I don't know if I should be telling you what I've been listening to because it's kind of on a level of I'm just overdoing things I did say last week, but at least I'm switching it up a bit. Today I got the chance to actually listen to Artwork Sound's new EP called Play On.
How was it?
It's really dope. I played them to you before, long time ago.
I remember.
Yeah, the album that they released earlier on the year. Now it's Nothing Better. So now they released an EP. So that's something that I've been jamming. And what's crazy is these dudes are label mates with Judy J. Former label mates with Judy J, Oscar, MBO. Yeah, they were under the same stable. I don't know what's actually happening right now because I don't know, dude, I'm a music geek like that. Most of the time when people release music, I want to check what was it released under, who produced, who did such and such. So what I noticed was that album was distributed under a different entity. Not the one that we are accustomed to, which is Ashmed Hour, I was mentioning. These guys have been label mates, and now once I people just doing their own thing. But either way, I think I'm liking what they've been doing with the house music thing, because in as much as every day we can come here and say piano and whatever, but there's still house guys over there who deserve a shout out.
Yeah,
and the music that they're doing, and I like what MBO's been doing, even though for the most part it's not cool, because even when I think about it right now, I'm pretty sure people just looking at me from the camera, they could see my facial reaction is not really the best, especially when I mention this dude, because he has this weird reputation now to Jalaba side, and so now it's I sometimes I feel yo bro, how do you do it? I have these questions in my head, because when it comes to dress code, he has it to the T, and I think that's why these sponsorship deals that he's getting, what he create, from being endorsed with these, or I don't know what else he's endorsed with, but that dude, he knows how to dress, and he knows how to say no. If I was ever in his position, cool, I'm that dude who when I fall in love, whatever, I'm a one person kind of guy. But more attention sensitivity, I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna know how to say no. Be let's see, that number 5 or whatever, and then we'll see it along the way if we can manage
it to value.
No?
Person value himself. this means that you would value the person that you want to associate yourself with.
Yeah.
So it's something related to value. The minute when you know yourself, you know you're not going to put your standards down.
For sure. That's for sure. But yeah, besides house music and all of that, Oscar MBO, just charming people's girls, there's a lot of controversy in the air in the world of music and just, you know, entertainment as a whole.
Yeah.
Last week Sunday. Was it Sunday?
It was Sunday, yeah.
Was it when that you sent me that whole Slik Talk situation where...
It was Sunday, yeah.
It was Sunday, yeah. I was like, okay, cool, let me see what this dude's got to say. And at first I was really amped. You were amped too. Because like, who would it be? Who's not trying to see this dude in the ring? I don't like cares, but like that would have been like the coolest thing to see. But unfortunately, that whole situation broke down. But I got to say, Cassper really knows how to handle like his business. But I guess it comes from like a whole trial and error situation where he's attempted to have these fights with other celebrities and they failed. So I guess through that experience, like a deal for a fight, how are we gonna structure this? What is expected? But when I watched Slik Talk's video, I have to understand like he's in every right to say he's not going to do this fight with Cassper, because the way Cassper saw the fight, okay, 100K guaranteed. You just have to last through three rounds or something like that, right?
I saw that.
But now when he was now narrating every detail that was in the contract, it seemed completely different from what Cassper was selling. And you're gonna have to now promote this thing as if it was like a docu styled sort of video. So we're gonna follow you around, or well, the way Slik Talk actually painted this whole thing, he made it seem as if like everything's gonna be handled by him, and we got a guy like that budget to have a videographer around, all these other things, and Gamulon 100K is not guaranteed, but you expected me to do press conferences, videos, me talking smack around. Sure. Even though Slik Talk in this situation, like, you know, he's a blunt speaker. So yeah, I was so amped to see this thing actually, you know, pull through, but it actually didn't, and that's kind of sucky. But what I liked also, just watching that video, and sorry, why this deal might have failed and whatnot, is him, you know, manning up, which is something that I feel he's learning these days, which is cool to see. Manning up and just apologizing. Last week, you're next. I'm coming for your head. And you're saying all these nasty things about like her being overweight and all these other things. But I like how, you know, in as much as Twitter might sometimes come through as a negative environment, there's girls and other dudes who came out to say like, yo, no, Slik Talk is wrong, and if anything, the weight gains look good on common. They do, bro. Like, have you seen like SZA when she was going through that phase where she was skinny at some point and she started gaining weight? When she started gaining weight, she looked sexy, bro. Like she really did, you know. So sometimes like these weight gains, they look good on women. I mean, look at Adele now. Lose the weight. There were people trying to make fun of her for losing weight, but she actually looks sexy. She looks sexy. Like she could get it. Like Adele, I'm here right now. I don't know if you watch this platform, but like if you want to get it down with me, we could do it. We could do it. We could do it. Yeah. Yeah.
Besides, with regards to Slik Talk and Cassper, so I wanna, like, you know, you have a name. As you have a name, sometimes you need to watch what you say. Yeah. Because when you have a name, you have people looking at you. You have sponsors. I go show Bila Cassper was his right mind or deep boy. But at the same time, it's also maturity. Or if I fight this guy, how will my image be? So, my man, I think he did a good thing by just saying, "Nah, I'm good."
So you saying this is good for Slik Talk, or is it good for Cassper? It's good for Cassper,
It's good for Cassper.
Yeah,
he must keep his reputation up.
Yeah, like
or
fighting.
If maybe the fight continued and Slik Talk wins, what's going to happen? Everybody's gonna be busting Cassper out. So I know avoid that. This that. So this is now I'm going
Yeah. What do you think about females now rapping and all that?
It's been there.
Yeah.
Like Rouge is one of the female artists that I've literally been inspired by on the female side. Together with Gigi Lemaine, they've been pushing the hip hop industry. Nadia Dakai, those are the three that I'm currently aware of. And is it something Simone from Cape Town?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they've been pushing the hip hop game. So, my man, the more the merrier. I mean, yes, we've been listening to male artists for the past centuries. The game is changing. We're all trying to hustle. So why not? Let's open the kitchen for everyone.
Yeah, because I'm asking you this because I recently saw that this one girl, Neither Bay. I don't know if you know Neither Bay.
Neither Bay, no. First time
there's this show that usually plays on Fridays. Porque Massive Music. I think it's Massive Music. Yeah, this is girl, like, besides Lala Hiriyama, there's this other girl that presents the show, One More. Yeah, so now she's rapping now. She has a song called Ingwe. Yeah, I swear, like, you know, these languages these days.
Sure.
Because obviously, I don't want to off-ramp what we're talking about, but Devin Gogo, Melo Sleazy, and I think Dino also, they released a song.
Sure.
And let me get the name, bro. Like, I don't know.
Correct one, yeah.
I feel like maybe it's a trend, but they busy. Maybe it's Zwanoka. Yeah, so every time, like, you know, people come up with these names and titles, I always feel like, you know, I'm doing my black people and black folk like an injustice, because sometimes or whatever. But yeah, back to Neither Bay. She dropped the song, her first song, #1 on, I think it was like across all charts, #1. If not, then it was like on the hip hop charts and stuff. And she sounds good, but it made me think about an interview that I watched a while back. Yeah, Tando Tabuti, because I know how people react, especially like you a big name like Tebza, Zaka, you in the game, right? And then let's say they know you for podcasting, that's what you do. And then you start now showing people that you have other talents besides podcasting. You start doing rap music and all that, and people are like, yo, but you don't belong there. Why are you doing that? We know you as a podcaster. They try to box you into one box, right?
I get,
but what Tando Tabuti was saying in that one interview on Machi's podcast, he was saying that there's this whole idea of like open up the industry, and people like attacking us, especially when it comes to this conversation, because they see us taking all these other gigs as if it's fun to be taking all these other gigs. But people sometimes, okay, cool, I guess in this regard, Neither Bay, it could be like a situation where it's another talent that she's always had but never had the time to explore.
I was about to say that too.
The way Tando Tabuti was painting that situation is that for her, besides like the talent, she's not only taking these gigs because she's just trying to chow every opportunity that people are handing out in the industry. She's taking these gigs because she has to survive. She has to put food on the plate. Well, like, she's on radio, she acts, she hosts, she's a brand ambassador, all that type of stuff. If she's not doing all those things at once, she's not going to be able to maintain her lifestyle. So with Neither Bay, I couldn't help but think about that situation. Like, yo, okay, cool. At first sight, it's like, okay, so what? Not saying that I have anything against females or anyone in general, just trying to explore other talents that they have. But then when I started thinking about that entire situation, the way I was painting it to you via like the Tabuti scenario, that's when I got to realize, like, okay, cool, maybe it's not as nice as just pushing one gig, because besides that, she's just doing like brand work and all that. She's an MC also, so you would see her like some of these prominent events and stuff. So I wonder, maybe she's trying to find another way to just, you know, add the other source of income, the other stream of income. And to be honest, dog, whether if when I lay a ghostwriter team, they're, you know, compiling all these raps for her, it sounds good. She really does sound good, and I hope that she keeps on it. You know, at least like still give us more of that hip hop. She's also mixing it, like, you know, vernacular in there and whatever. So it was a good song in general. Just all in all, it really did sound good, and the image, she has it, because, you know, she's one of those, you know, good looking peoples and whatever. So I think she could kill it, you know, if she continues rapping.
There's a name I forgot. There's this chick who rapped and stopped rapping and started rapping again. What's her name, though?
That's no Muslim.
That's no Muslim. No. She used to be this slay queen type of chick. She has a reality show.
Oh, Faith and Getty.
Faith and Getty.
Yeah.
So not everyone has the same talent because so those they already have the craft. They just need that push start. This is the minute you look at Bitelo Ramo, and Gabazen. What type of what you can do? You can either sing, you can either flow with the song. I mean, my man, talent is talent.
For sure, talent is talent. Yeah, and I guess like for Faith,
and it's not like everybody's just jumping from one thing into another. Yes, everyone is, but not everyone is becoming successful out of it. So my man, if you're able to get that maybe 100K people saying, yo dog, do rap, do it. Because you already have a fan base and you're gonna push.
For sure. Because even like Nas is like an OG in this whole rap thing.
Yeah.
And even him, like for him to just get to a point where he's changed his whole outlook and perspective on like these new rappers coming in. Because when I go to the States and stuff, like the new rappers are coming in, they kind of generic and not too many of them are offering that much content.
True.
Where one is like, it's just the same method, same way of doing things.
But it's what the States want. That's why they're there,
Well, sometimes I feel like even these labels that pick up these artists,
true.
They think that's what the people want to hear. Like, I mean, think about like all these kids who come up from there, who paint this picture that they hard, they gangsters and all that. Some of them have never really even shot a person or whatever, but they end up now living out the raps in terms of you might have like a manager on your end pushing you to push this certain idea, an image that sells, and then you start actually now delving in deep into that life, and you realize like boom, before it's even too late. It's even too late. You're already like in a jail cell and whatever, because now you're doing and you're living out things that are not really who you are. Look at 6ix9ine, the rapper.
Yeah.
That dude is not a gangster, but he started hanging around a lot of gangsters and all that type of stuff. And when it got really heated, Nala pressed in a situation where now he has to rat out people who were helping him, live this false life of I'm a gangster and all that type of stuff.
I have an example of an artist that I think many other artists are trying to be like. Look at Future. Future's first few hits, I wasn't a fan. But right now, when we talk about chorus, when you put Future there, my man, your song is already successful. You already are killing it, because why? He now knows where he stands. So as a rapper or as an artist, you're gonna have to start your own thing, your own book, until you know how at least I can do this chapter. So the new people that are coming in, I can help them with this chapter so that we can all eat. It's sad that not all of us are not gonna stay in the music industry. But if you're able to stay, use that opportunity.
I feel you. And I think that's where I was getting with it, like with the whole Nas thing that I wanted to tell you, is like, if these guys are actually doing this to feed their families, then that's cool,
Yeah.
That's cool. Even though you could say to some degree there has to be some element of respect for what you're doing.
Yeah.
Like, respect the culture, respect what is actually putting the food on the table for your family and all that. But yeah, I mean, besides all these conversations that we're having about image, female rappers also just, coming into the game like Neither Bay. It also feels like even this week, it's been like a female themed kind of week. Because, if there isn't any good news in terms of like us celebrating a female doing such and such, there's also scandals also,
True.
I don't know if you got a chance to watch the recent interview Natasha Thahane on Mac G's podcast.
Bruh, I ran out of time, I didn't have time, bro. But I caught a few glimpses there, but I didn't watch the whole thing.
Yeah, so now there was this weird conversation on Twitter after, you know how it is, like, they like taking small clips, but they post on Twitter and whatever. And for some reason, but I guess that's the intention, it ends up blowing up for what it actually wasn't supposed to do. Sometimes you may post a clip and your intention might have not been to harm someone or make the most out of an actual situation. But I guess for this it's granted because they took that one clip out of that video and then they started creating their own scenarios in their heads about like, you know, what's actually legal and what's actually illegal. And that whole situation is actually wrapping me in my head too, because okay, sharp, cool. I mean, the way she said it, we could say wording is an important thing that made this whole situation even crazier than what it actually seems, because Megji na no mutsi sorocho so utlile bang hore o kre scholarship, was it a scholarship? Yeah, or she auditioned and then she ended up being selected. So I guess like what he was asking was like utlile bang hore o bale ko the university. I don't know if it's like the New York Film Academy or something, but some university there that deals with film in New York, right? And then she was just explaining the entire situation, where she was at that point in time. Apparently she was supposed to sign like a 2-year deal with the Queen, but she had already left, so she didn't renew her contract. And then in terms of savings, she started seeing that things are not adding up, even though they gave her a discount, but the fees in themselves were still amounting to $1 million, or like let's say maximum about 1.1. Wait, one.
Is it per jar or again per month or
for a whole year? And I think she studied for like 2 semesters there.
Okay, cool.
Wait, one. Yeah. So now, hey, it's a tricky situation, and obviously, I guess like what I was saying with my friends yesterday is like, yo, what's the point of you having connections if you're not going to use them? So for the minister in parliament at the time, Miss Baleka, I think it's Baleka or whatever, she hit her up. I was like, yo, this is my situation. I'm trying to go study abroad, but like, and I feel like, you know, the way that Natasha speaks, she speaks from a place of, and not saying that I'm defending her, but like, have you ever seen like Christians? When they speak of, I was actually thinking about this word on my way here, and I keep on forgetting it. When something good happens, what do they call that? Like, there's a word for it. In Christian terms or whatever, like, you know, it's like a testimonial of some sort. The way she was speaking was she was like speaking within those channels, or like, yo, it's a young testament of like, you know, sometimes when you feel like, you know, the world is against you or like things are not gonna happen, when you believe and you have faith, you can actually make it happen. And I know it sounds crazy, but just like the way she speaks within those.
Yo, hey.
Why would you see that? And for people, I don't know, it just didn't really come out nicely to them. Like when you hear it, like, okay, yeah, so this is a situation, and then I apply go departments about arts and culture, and then I got the money. I could even go back. She said she needed money, make a plan. So I think that's what made people feel some kind of way. So so it's like it's kind of easy for you. Where now you just make a couple of phone calls and then boom, you get funding.
Sure.
So that was wild for me, because like it really took a lot of time. I had to even rewatch that interview, even though I didn't finish it. But just that one part, Mola, this is how she got the funding.
And as you said, it's about, you know, the link. And it's about you doing what you gotta do to make sure that you get what you wanna get. You know what I mean? Like with Natasha Thahane's situation, she's already an actor. So I don't know whether South Africa is trying to craft better our actresses as better actresses, or trying to you know, grow the image of South African actors. So it might be within those lanes, but as you're saying, it's about how you speak, because already you are an image, type of thing. So as much as you can speak it in a righteous way, say, you know, God did best, 1, 2, 3, 4. People want to understand the formalities behind it, because that's the most important key. If I said, man, I went to an interview and this was what was going on, then in a way people will be like, oh snap, maybe I can on good disease. But now if I said, yo, God bless, you know, I met the right people, the right time, it's like, okay, then I'm about to good disease. So it's about the tone.
It's a tone, eh?
It's a tone,
yeah. It's crazy that you mentioned what you just mentioned right now. I'm trying to really remember what you said. I had a point. Oh yeah, I think it was within those channels where you're saying just how maybe the government might see her as some sort of asset.
Yeah.
So that's why maybe might have chipped in money into
to make
her career, her studies, and all that type of stuff. Because like I was even telling my homies yesterday, in a situation where she makes it big in Hollywood, she scores a big role, I don't know, in a Marvel movie or a primetime series that we all love in the States.
Yeah.
And let's say in that situation, she never got funding from the Departments of Arts and Culture. She had to do it all on her own. There will be people who come on Twitter and say, that's our girl. You know, it's because of us that she's where she's at. Anyone who is the Departments of Arts and Culture, whether if they had a part in your success or not, when you do crazy things like in the beginning when Cassper filled up the dome, and they were claiming him as their own. And they right to say that, but they didn't really play a part when he was asking for funding from them. So now, imagine if the situation was different, where it's like Natasha's situation. She got funding, whatever. Now it's painted as if she's an asset, and I feel like she is. And I feel that we should get to a point where, with our artists,
or actors or actresses,
and all those other disciplines within the art world, it should be like that. They should be treasured. Like when someone's actually trying to do some dope stuff, let's see where we can help as the Departments of Arts and Culture and actually chip in, because at least when we at a point where we have to celebrate what you've done, we could say we did that, we helped you, and it makes more sense. It's like a 50-50 thing. Unlike when I'm there on the podium, that's our guy, man. I will 50 rand into helping me.
But I want to use this example, like Pearl Tusi. Pearl Tusi was like acting abroad at some point. Did she go through the same thing as Natasha Thahane went through? And there's, I think, other actresses that literally went abroad and did something, and I don't think they got what Natasha Thahane got. I think that's another thing that bugged a lot of people on what this is, because to generally speaking, such opportunities are made for people who are still on the upcoming, like who have never seen the limelight. You can trust the system. I think I see it in that way.
But I guess it differs because she went there to study so that she can hone her craft, improve what she's doing. That's why I kind of saw it as an investment. But I don't know anything, bro. I really don't know. She pulled out emails showing that obviously it's just emails. We didn't see any forms that was signed or whatever, but we could see the beginning stages of the process of actually having to go apply and all that. But I feel like even if she's wrong, it could be an opportunity for everyone to learn, especially the Departments of Arts and Culture, to see such situations if they do occur in the future. For it to be now an opportunity for them to invest into talent and actually do these things the right way, if what they did with her was the wrong way, which I'm still 50-50 about that whole situation, whether it was wrong or right.
With regards to what transpired to her, but judging from what I'm aware, especially when it comes to people, such people, as normal people would like to get such an opportunity, because why? They'd like to see themselves acting abroad or local. This is to become a person like Sonia, I don't know other actresses, but people are motivated to do something. Currently, it's tough for one individual who doesn't have the resources or the people to become someone.
That's for sure. That's for sure. What do you think about Black Coffee being nominated for Best Dance Album for the Grammys?
Black Coffee has been hustling since, dog. We've been jamming to Black Coffee.
We've been jamming that dude.
So he deserves it. It's well deserved for him. I mean, he's now international, so he does deserve to win a Grammy. And I'll be voting for him, possibly.
If it was possible.
Yeah, it's possible.
That's the crazy thing, because the Grammys are so weird, bro. Sometimes you can meet all criteria in terms of your song doing well on charts, or whether it be a project, and then still you get snubbed. which is weird, right? But everyone's actually supporting him, and you know they're gunning for him. So I actually want to see him actually take it. Yeah, and there's also obviously a bunch of other African acts who've been nominated. The one that I could actually recall, I don't know if you know this lady, but she's a legend in terms of, you know, Africa and what she's done with music. Angelique Kidjo. You probably heard her music, or your parents have played her music. I'm not that familiar, but I think there was a certain song when I googled her, and I was like, yo, I actually am familiar with her songs. So there was a point in time where Burna Boy, his debut album, not his debut album, but like the album that we all know. What's that album, man? What's that album? The one that looks like money. Oh, African Giant.
Yeah.
African Giant. A lot of people were jamming African Giant, and it was supposed to win a Grammy at that point in time. You know, he was nominated for Best Global Album, but alongside her, Angelique Kidjo, and she won. You know, right? And I love that lady. I have the utmost respect for her. For some reason, I feel like, why is she there every year? Or is she trying to win that award every year? Because like when I lay Lady Smith Black Mambazo, a little one for the category that they get nominated in, I feel like maybe because they know Hore, they'll always like be nominated, and not saying that it's like a given. Sometimes music, if it's quality, it'll always be within, you know, those
I feel like
categories, or
there's
just
always
be
a
nominated.
different target market for specific artists. Like, she's African, right? We don't know whether like on the northern side or the southern side. But what we do know that she already has a platform. That people are literally consuming her music or his music. I mean, UK is a big country. America is a big country. Europe is a big country. Asia is literally a number of people that side. Australia. So we have different taste of music. We here in South Africa, we love piano, we love deep house, we love hip hop, we love R&B, but we're not really venturous into other genres. So what if that genre already she's making 10 million views within a day?
People still listening to the music, that's for sure. There's no doubt. It's just like I don't know, for some reason, man, maybe that's the darker side of my heart, my mind, but I feel like her team, if it's not her, it's like they're just pressing her to make an album maybe and I would like to see like guys like a Wizkid or Burna Boy shine. Cool. Eventually Burna Boy did win a Grammy, but with an album that I wasn't really feeling as much. That was the second album that he dropped, Price is Tall, and he made that album and he had to go through so many things. Like he had to get P. Diddy to executive produce the album, do so many things to make sure that, okay, fine, y'all rejected me for my first attempt. I'm gonna make sure the second album that I make is really that album and it's undeniable and whatever, you know. Even if it means I might have to tweak a couple of things about my sound so that the world now is more accustomed to what I do, or at least it comes off as if it's an easier listen for them, you know. So now, why I say this, because bro, Wizkid dropped an amazing album. But now, like, he's there head to head with her and a bunch of other people in that category for Best Global Album. But I feel like, at least for once, like,
my man,
Miss Angelique Kidjo,
we're literally 7 billion people.
Yeah, she's been winning that though. She's been winning that at least more. No, at least Wizkid don't win that album.
At least there are not one stats maybe we would say, okay, we understand. But currently we will never see that.
Even if you want to have that conversation about stats, bro, I feel like it's not going to go anywhere, because when you even talk about that, I think about how sketchy these awards are, especially if we bring it at home. Whole lot of situations that are the SA Hip Hop Awards, the var and what people who haven't even had a decade in the game, now they being nominated for Artist of the Decade. How do you even vote for such? Like, how do you open such an award? Because I feel like that's an award where the appointed board of people who's supposed to now decide who's going to take away this award are the ones who are actually supposed to be responsible for making that decision, not the public. Not the public, but the way that they played it out. I think now they're saying, the public vote has something around like 40%.
How?
40% or something like that. Like, and then like, you still vote, right?
But 40% is still nothing.
Yeah, well, la vote, but it still makes it seem like what you guys are voting for. I know power because at the end of the day, look what Tebza wala kang boto. Chancellor wana. But make up at the other 60%. So we could say, Aries, artist of the decade. Then those guys come up, Kulichan.
Oh, wait.
So what's the point of us actually voting now?
Yeah, true.
Well, it's actually crazy, bro. And even speaking of just like hip hop, I'd like to congratulate Zuchi.
Yeah, man.
Even though it took him like 7-8 months for us to now get a pre-order to an album that we were even supposed to have maybe late last year. You've heard that Anxiety album, right?
I haven't.
You haven't heard that Anxiety album?
I haven't, bro.
Bro, you should listen to that. You should listen to that.
I will.
Apparently, like even people who have anxiety, they vibe with it. Like just certain interlude sort of recordings. You know those things that come up in between. You can say the skits, right?
Yeah,
The skits, like he's packaged that album so well that those skits they fit so well. Like in certain tracks, like they come at the right time. You can hear like a title of a song. There's a song called Silence. And before that song starts, there's a skit. And there's this doctor that's narrating why certain people like being alone, dangers of being alone, just it's a well-packaged album.
I get where it's coming from.
Yeah, so he's now releasing a deluxe to that album. But like he's doing it in a different way. Sometimes, these artists, how I release a deluxe.
Yeah.
They add...
Isn't it like
7 tracks on already existent whatever's. But yeah, you could continue.
Isn't it what TWC had been making, like on the L3 project, like on most Aries project, where like the specific sound before the music stopped? Is it something similar to that?
Oh, you talking about the skits thing?
Yeah, the skits.
Yeah. That's what it is.
Oh,
that's what it is. So yeah, for him, just to add on what I was saying about like just deluxe. So now he's doing it differently. It's the deluxe, the album, but now those songs from the first album that you heard, they're not there. He's instead releasing 7 tracks that are gonna have a life of their own. Just 7 tracks. Just like an EP, but it's more so still an extension of that album. So that's pretty cool. That's really cool.
That sounds dope.
So yeah, I don't know where we could touch in closing because like there's a lot that's been going on. But I could say if there's one thing that I'm looking forward to hearing is I know we had a conversation about this last week. When we had our reservations about like just random acts just deciding that they're gonna do piano.
Yeah.
But I was excited when I was on Instagram and saw that Anati's coming back, right?
I saw that, my man.
And I was like, yo, piano?
Crazy,
but it actually sounds good because I don't know, dude, that dude, the moment he started now tapping into his own and being more proud of who he is as a Kosa guy and all that, the more the music started even sounding better and it was blending and all that.
So now I'm in the kitchen.
Yeah, so but with him it's like so seamless. It's so seamless because like he's adding those harmonies that we know him for. He's taking you to heaven, bro. Like that's Anatii. He knows that's his strength, so he's adding that to the songs, and that's pretty cool because like he's been away for so long. And I promised also a deluxe to that Ieza project.
Okay.
We never got it because apparently he had to go gold in order for him to release it, and then that never happened.
But to be honest, brother, I still miss the old hip hop. When we talk about AKA, when we talk about like these normal rappers sticking to hip hop, I miss that. Like I want that. I feel like we are over exploiting this whole pianos time frame to the point where I feel like it might die out at some point. God forbid, but my man, I still want the origins or the classics of music.
Yeah.
That is still dope for me. But now I feel like we're just going to one.
Yeah, which is why I told you like if Neither Bay is actually doing hip hop, she should stay on that lane because she sounds good because like we need more of that. And it's crazy because like when you even think about what you're saying, you can see how far it's actually extending in terms of if we could talk about presence as a thing. Muri line up sharp. I understand certain people they feel like hey man, if this is the trend, I'm gonna have to hop on because at the end of the day, I'm trying to eat. But like just to go back to what I was talking about in terms of lineup, why one not like, yo, even on a presence level, yeah, someone like just hip hop. You only seeing it via maybe one or two hip hop DJs, but in terms of performing acts, Kipiano. There's only like a Blackie, Aries every now and then. I think early on the year, MT was doing really good for himself. But besides that, like there isn't really that many hip hop acts that I'm seeing on these lineups. 25k too, granted. But it's not like
consistent.
It's not consistent. I mean, if we're thinking about life before COVID, it was like balanced. No, it's now all your big acts and whatever. But now it's like, yo, hey, because there's restrictions and all these things, people are just trying to listen to music on the go. So it's like we maybe not even willing to hear a hip hop set that's gonna last like an hour. Someone just performing. We're just trying to hear piano, and that's it.
Is it Vusanovo or what's the new name?
Snova. It's actually cool. I'm messing with it, even though last week I'm messing with the name and the entire look. Maybe one day, because like I've been experimenting with haircuts, for a long time. Maybe now it's time to get that wig, man, that curly hair wig. But
for reals, for me, music is like it's like a day, like Monday to Sunday. There's sometimes you gotta feel like a Sunday, sometimes you gotta feel like a Saturday, and piano for me is like a Friday. Like now, if all the artists are literally going on a Friday, what am I gonna listen to on the Sunday?
You can't be Friday from Monday to Monday.
But you know what I mean? Like all R&B, hip hop, they're all in the. Now what am I gonna listen to on Monday or Sunday? So I'd like for them to stretch their own talents to at least stick to it. Like I like what Something So It is doing. He's doing both piano and he's still focusing on himself. Because he would release some few songs on my piano, but you would know that Something So It is still Something So It.
Which is why I like that East PT album. And then the EP that he released was that I was not really. Did you like it?
I liked it.
You know why I didn't like it?
Why?
Because I'm actually supporting what you're saying in terms of when I want to hear a Something Soweto project, I want to hear all those elements.
I get
and like this PTP2 was so well packaged that Sunday, or like it's got that Sunday vibe, this Afro soul, and it made sense. It made sense from the first track to the end. It was just a well packaged album, and obviously him playing the game, he had to make sure, okay, Shop, I have a couple of radio songs or songs that I know they're gonna do good in the clubs, and that's where the piano came into play. So, but I guess maybe now he's just chilling, because at the end of the day, I think he did well with that album. So maybe last year he was just reaping the rewards, because it sold heavy.
And also, don't forget the fan base. The fan base control the artist.
Or
the fan base control the artist.
Or could we say what's actually happening within the world of music controls the artist?
That's also true.
Because sharp cool, we can say fans are consumers, right? Sometimes we don't know what we want. We wait on you to show us what we want. Because I've never really seen a fan begging an artist to now do piano, because now piano is trending.
I've never seen that. But I think they're looking at both the wave. But for me, when I say fan base, you only notice how good you are by the type of music that you're releasing. Just like both Kendrick Lamar and A$AP Rocky, back in 2011, 2012, we heard the biggest albums until they control their own fan base. They'll be like, yo, this is what I do. And now the fan base is like, yo, I'm supporting Kendrick, or I'm supporting A$AP Rocky. And after that, they now crafted their own media for themselves. Like with Something Soweto, after SPTP, that other EP, it was like, yo, because Lotto was a hit, because this song and this song was a hit, let me make a fusion album related to those type of music, so that I can keep the name going.
Okay, so now I understand. So just keep that fire going.
You understand? Because why? The fan base.
I get it.
You go to a club, they play the song, it's like, yo, it's still fire even now. So I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna keep on giving them fire, dog.
That's really cool. Yo, I don't know what else you want to talk about. I guess we can just close it off and just say, hey, it's been lovely, it's been great.
Good, my man.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention JR's Feel Good session is actually making a return. So
I can't wait.
That's gonna be awesome to
I
actually see.
can't wait. Yo, I've been waiting for that, my
Yeah.
kid. I know I've been listening to other things like the Tiny Disc, but my man, South African talent is still number one.
Yeah. So I'm actually also looking forward to who he's gonna have there. Because before I get a Vela, Nele, the names that we accustomed to, and now seeing that I mentioned like the likes of Marcus Harvey, there's so many other underground like
I feel like I'm
dope
gonna see
acts.
Black here. I don't know why.
Yeah, obviously.
I'm gonna see
I'm pretty sure you're gonna see Black.
I'm gonna see 25K. I'm gonna see AVs.
Yeah. I want to see the R&B acts that are coming up. You know, there's a girl who's actually from Mums. I don't know where from Mums, but I've been bumping her music. Fila Lala. She's so dope, bro. If there was a chance for me to see her live, bro, that would be something that I would want to do, because like her music is really dope. So yeah, just like the new age R&B artists that are coming up, that's what I'm willing to see, being there on that platform. Yeah, I think it would be dope, So yeah, but we'll see.
And maybe
Elaine, if he has that type of access, because she's currently in the States.
But already her name is so valuable. But if she comes to Feel Good live session, my man's gonna be a hit.
It's gonna be a hit.
People have their own artist on Feel Good live session, so it'll be interesting to see the new season.
That's for sure. But anyways, bro, just like always, this is wow. You see, now I'm losing my tongue. My tongue's getting tired. It's just a clear indication that we've been talking for too long. But yeah, but just like always, it's always been like a great conversation with you. And today is just one of those where dope ass conversation. So hopefully we could do this next week or some other time, whenever you're free.
I'll be there, dog.
For sure. So yeah, for me, Danny Pacheco, it's been really nice. This has been the Big T debate with Danny Pacheco and Tebza Zaka. I just felt like I had to do that because I couldn't close off and not mention our host. Next time, so it's been dope. Peace, love, happiness. Di what it is.